This is the Steppen Gamer channel, and I am the Steppen Gamer. Today I have before me the prototype version of Armed Conflict by Bockholm games. Today I'll be playing the 6-player game, and in the first video I'm going to be going through some of the setup decisions that a person makes when starting out with a 6-player game. Currently, the game is being shipped to the backers who've all supported this, which means at this time I am one of the most experienced players in the world. We'll see how long that lasts. And while I've played it many times over the past couple months, the game and the strategy are deep. Everything I tell you may be wrong, but it's all part of the journey. Now I have a cube for me storage solution, and that stores each of the power's counters in a tarot card sized deck box. Now what I like about that is when you go to set up, you hand each player their deck box with all their units in it. Now I could put them out in the larger unit trays, but then people are gonna have to fish their stuff out of the unit trays while they're playing and stuff. And I find these deck boxes the easiest for setup and takedown. Now the game uses 4 dice, 2 10-siders and 2 12-siders. Now I put these dice in this deep deck box, and you can roll them like that. What you do is you shake it, and then you put it like that, you hold it like this, however they end up. So you're holding it like this. The die you read is the one in the corner. If it's not the right die, like here you have a 10-sider in the corner, say you just needed a 12-sider, you go out to the tip of your thumb, and there you've got a 12-sider. So it's one deck box, 4 dice. No matter what dice you're using, you have a result. And I'm all about the most efficient use of your table space. This keeps the dice from rolling across the table, the game board. They're all contained in this box, and it doesn't matter if you're using one 10-sided dice or all 4 dice, it works. So this game is the prototype, not the final game. And the first thing to ask is, what is this game simulating? Well, what it's simulating is a number of minor powers in conflict. The turns are 1-day turns, so the game will last probably around 2 weeks. Hence, you could call the game Fortnite, but I believe that name's already being used. So Armed Conflict it is. Now this game is meant to, in general, represent modern combat, Cold War type stuff. And one of the first things most people notice when they go to play it is they go, there's no air power. Well, this is a basic game, and the expansions that are in the pipeline will include air power. But I'll mention that air power is not critical, and this is why. Many of you are Americans. I know I am. America's a superpower. America always establishes air superiority and then hammers the defender. So a game not having air power seems absurd. But in minor powers, air power is a rich man's toy. You might have air power. They even have air power in the current Russia-Ukrainian war. There's air power, but neither side has air superiority other than locally. And so it tends to be a wash. Now in minor third world countries, say the brushfire wars in Africa in the 70s, air power wasn't a significant factor. And that's what you want to hold in your mind when you're thinking, what's this representing? So now I'm going to end my preamble ramble and briefly go over the basic decisions that face a player in a 6-player game for the setup. And here we are looking at the map board. And here's the alliance board, because no matter how many players you have, unless it's 3, it's a whole different thing, but 2 through 6 other than that, the game will form up into 2 alliances, lions and eagles. Now when you first begin, you're going around the board in clockwise motion until the alliances have formed. The way alliances form is that, say, black attacks yellow. First ones to attack. Black and yellow are now at war. You're still going around the map. Let's say the next thing that happens is blue attacks red. Now here you have the lions, here you have the eagles. Say now it's red's turn, and red is looking and they're saying, who do I want to have on my side? Green or white? They decide white, so they attack green. White slides over onto their side. Now your alliances have formed. Once alliances have formed, this now becomes the turn order. In the opening turns of the game, choosing your alliance by attacking somebody and forcing them into the other alliance is a critical part of strategy. So when you start a game of armed combat, you select someone to go first. I'm going to select blue because I have blue, red, white, green, black, and yellow. I'll be opening up, moving in this order. Now what you do is you select one city and place the units there. You go around this way, you get to here, yellow in this case, will select 2 cities, and then you go in reverse order, selecting your final city. In a perfect world, the 2 cities that you begin occupying are adjacent to each other. When you're selecting a city first, you can pretty much bet you're not going to get anything close by the time it comes all the way around. You'll have to stick with whatever you get at the end. The blue player knows this, and what they don't want to do is be somewhere on the board on the edge and have the only other city that they get left with way over here in some remote place. There are 3 cities that aren't on the edge. Blue will select one of them. When you select a city, you can place the units in the city or in any of the surrounding hexes. Water is impassable, you can't use that. This is a base game. In the expansions that are coming out, you will have marine units that can move on the water, as well as air power. Now again, playing solo, to kind of speed things up, in my initial setup, I give every city 2 armor and 2 artillery. Between armor and artillery, you can select any 4 you want. You can have all armor, all artillery. But to be simple and quick, I just pick 2 of each. Now when you start, you can have everyone start inside the city, because you don't know who's going to be where you're going to want them necessarily. But also you have a limited number of supply cubes which are required to move your units. So you can save some supply cubes by starting them in some of these outside hexes. I'm going to place my 2 infantry battalions in the woods where they can defend very well. Place my armor out there in the clear area. I'm putting these infantry companies out here so that no one else on their turn can race up adjacent to my city. They have to stop and attack that. Critical in this game, any individual unit cannot move and attack in the same turn. They can move up adjacent to an enemy and the following turn attack. That means the enemy always has an opportunity to run away, reinforce, or if they wish, they can attack first. That's how the first city sets up. Red goes next and selects this city because it's conveniently right in front of them. Place the armor in the clear terrain. Armor cannot enter mountains or woods except by road. But you'll notice there's roads almost everywhere. That's how red sets up. Next is white, and white selects this city. If he selects this city, somebody else could select this city, and then he'll be split up when he selects his second city. He's hoping by starting here, no one will select this city, and that's where he'll put his second city. Next is green. Green selects this city. I'm not going to analyze each city's initial defensive setup because there's no perfect guaranteed setup. You want to make sure at least nobody can come zipping in and set up next to you. And then black, using white's logic, selects this city because if he selects this city or this city, he could end up cut off from his first city. And now it's yellow's turn. Now yellow gets to pick 2 cities. Now he could pick these 2 cities, but they're kind of exposed. He'd like to pick a corner city. If he picks this city is a ways away, but this city over here is fairly close. So he'll start there. The first city. Now for black's second city, he knows that green as their second city is definitely going to want to select this one. So he can weaken them dramatically by choosing this as their second city. Now we get to green, and what will green do? They're here with their first city. Is their second city going to be here, 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 or here? He's going to select this one because this means that white will be divided. Their next city will have to be one of these 3 down here. And now it is white's turn. Who are they going to select? Well, blue city out here in the center is pretty weak. Thinks this city will be a good place to attack from. It's all open out here. Now you can see, you're looking at everyone as if they're your enemy. But remember, half of them are going to be your allies. So part of the reason you want to attack is to guarantee that you know you can have that power as an enemy, which will make this other power want to be your friend. Now red will select this city right adjacent to it. So down here like this, red is in a pretty powerful position. Both red and yellow are in good position. Now blue gets pretty lucky because their final city left is this one, which is a good city. It's adjacent to them. It is, however, very exposed. Now everyone is set up, and blue moves first. Now the way alliances work is the first player to attack another player creates the first break. Somebody's eagles, somebody's lion. Following that, any other player on their turn may select which alliance they wish to be in. Or by attacking, it becomes formal which alliance they're in. So blue is going to start, and blue is going to open up with an attack on black. Black defends. Blue attacks. Infantry company uses 1 green die. This green die. It was an 8. An 8 destroys the blue. Now the blue, this guy had placed an attack token there, or an attack cube. Boy, I'm really screwing this up. Before blue did anything, they placed an attack cube on that unit. Announced the attack. Black defended it. 2 + 1 is 3. 4 or higher is a kill. They rolled an 8. They got it. So blue and black are the first powers at war. Now red looks at this and realizes that blue is going to be a powerful ally. So on their turn, they declare for blue. They take their 6 cubes, but they're not going to waste any of them on any attacks yet. They got to see how the board looks. Next is white. You know, white is going to be the first item on the menu for blue and red. So he wants them on their side. White says, guess what? I'm with blue and red. Green and yellow are immediately placed in the eagle's camp. So you have black, green, and yellow, these guys and this, fighting red, white, and blue. Now you can attack an allied player, but if you do, you're immediately removed from that alliance and you cannot ally with anyone else the rest of the game. It becomes very lonely if you break your alliance. How do you win? That's always nice to know. The game ends when the first player has lost their last city. At that point, the opposing alliance wins. Now the alliances are decided. Red's turn is done, and now that the alliances are decided, we go to the alliance chart, look at turn order. Blue is next. So blue has nearly got a double move. Now the game is set. We have our alliances picked. I'll end this video here. Next video, we'll start playing this out. Thank you for watching.